Coming to paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, A Thorn in My Side. The man who rules the world takes on an agent from the CIA from the Black Boule in this action-packed all-new John Haynes series adventure. Pre-order your copy of John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. Before I get into this review of the first issue of Hex, I wanted to give everybody an update on the SJS Direct 2025 catalog. Now, the SJS Direct 2025 catalog is going to kick off on March 21st with John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side, and from there I'm hoping to have a steam season of The Witch Girl come right after that in April. And in May, I want to launch the next Spinsterella book, Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer. And those will be the three books of the SJS Direct 2025 catalog. Now, I wanted to do an ISIS series book, but I just couldn't come up with anything. So I'm going to have to either do a refresh of one of the other titles, like Ultimate Fight, or one of the other ISIS books that still needs a new cover. So that's the reason why the ISIS book is delayed, is I just couldn't come up with an idea from my imagination. And you can pick up the next books in the SJS Direct 2025 catalog starting on March 21st, 2025 by picking up the paperback copy of John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side, or you can pre-order a copy on Kindle right now. Now, what's really imaginative to me is this new comic, Hex, by Isaac Bell, Patrick Blaine, and Alexa Lowe. And when it comes to Isaac Bell, he has a vivid imagination, and I always love reading his comics because I don't know what type of imagery is gonna come from his comics, and usually what comes are just some of the most absolutely just crazy things as related to imagery. That was one of the things I really enjoyed about his previous comic, Metal Shade. I mean, Metal Shade was so much fun. I mean, you got heroes flying around in an anglerfish jet or something like that, and the images just are so dynamic and filled with energy that it just you just can't read this comic once in one sitting. No, you have to sit there and really study the imagery to see the entire whole page just come alive all around you. That's what's so fantastic about the storytelling of Isaac Bell as a writer and even as an artist, is that everything just is so bold and dynamic. And he's working this time with another artist, Patrick Blaine, on this character called Hex. Now, this Hex character is a very interesting character because when I read this comic, it basically was like Spider-Man meets Monster High meets the Maxx, and the action in this first issue is basically maxed out as related to the vivid imagery and the incredibly compelling storytelling about this teenager who's basically bonded to a demon and trying to navigate life as he's going to college and trying to make things better for himself. Now, Hex's first issue is where we get to meet this demon child as he's going to Necrotech University. And yeah, this place is a nightmare, but the visuals at this Necrotech University are a dream to look at. I mean, the visuals here from Patrick Blaine are absolutely fantastic from Isaac Bell's story, and again, he really captures the spirit of all of Isaac's great imagination as related to imagery, and I love how he sets up these visuals as related to storytelling, as related to this double page spread, where we get this introduction to Necrotech University, where Hex is going to school. And as he's going to school, we've got this guy basically looking to get some information on the students. And as he's looking to, again, get this information, or again, be a diversion, what he's doing is making it where this demon can basically find a way to get out here and create that diversion for him to wreak havoc in the classroom. And that basically leads to this sequence, which really is well done, where we get introduced to the hero as related to him trying to navigate a normal life in school. He's just trying to have a normal life in school, similar to Peter Parker. And they want to have a sixth member on their club. And that really, again, does a good job of setting up as related to these three pages. The conflict introduces us to the main character, Eli. And Eli, which shows us what he wants is this normal life. He wants to just be in the club and get with the girls and just have this normal life. But he's been bonded to a demon by this cult. And that's leading to him running into the conflict of this demon who's basically running through the classroom on the campus. And he's looking to try to go out here and get himself into having a normal life, but he's dealing with a lot of tension as related to things because he's got this demon bonded to him. And basically the demon is coming to him looking to go start some stuff. And he needs a diversion, and again, this sequence is just really well done as related to setting up what he needs to do as related to trying to transform into the Hex character. And basically, again, in about 5 to 6 pages, we're taken into the action, where we see Eli transforming into the hero and transforming similar to the Hulk or the Maxx. Again, everything here just really is absolutely well done here as related to the sequencing. And we basically see him transforming into the Hex character. And as he transforms into Hex, he then gets ready to take on this demon, which is basically, I think, the whole setup for the things. I think what happened with that guy in the beginning is he was setting everything up so that he could have this confrontation. Now, I don't want to give away too much of this book because Isaac and Patrick and Alexa work so hard on their books. They work so hard to get their comics out here. And again, they do a fantastic job. This first issue of Hex does a great job of introducing us to the hero, introducing us to the conflict, and introducing us to that mysterious blue lady who comes up later on in the book in some rated R pictures that I cannot show on this channel because it's a family channel. And again, all the action here is, again, just exceptionally well done for a first issue, because the first issue's job is to introduce us to the hero, show us the mission, and give us a reason to care. And I see a lot of reasons to care about Hex from what I've seen in the first issue, which does a job of magically, again, giving us a great setup for a character who I see has as just much promise as the characters in Metal Shade. I mean, everything here I'm just really happy to see. I mean, again, really dynamic visuals that just come alive. Dynamic visuals that just absolutely pop off the page, and dynamic visuals that just, again, you will be just you have to read this book more, 2, 3, maybe 4 times to catch everything, because there's just so many little details that just, again, come off the page, and you will not be disappointed by Hex, which goes out here and takes all of the concepts that I've seen from Image Comics, but with all of the flash of those characters like the Maxx and many other characters, but gives us a substance of very compelling storytelling that reminds me so much of the old Stan Lee Spider-Man. I mean, everything here is like Spider-Man going to Monster High, and those two concepts, again, were 2 big winners, and that's one of the things that makes Hex a winner. Again, this book is magic all around, and a good fun read for all sorts of readers, even though it's got some scenes that are a little bit R-rated towards the end. Nothing graphic at all, but just the blue chick coming out of the bath. But the whole thing is, everything in Hex is, again, an absolutely fun comic, and one of the best comics of 2025 that I've read so far. Absolutely one of the best comics I've read all at the start of this year. Now, I wanted to, again, do this review for some time because I've had this digital copy for a while, but the whole thing is I've been so busy with video requests and trying to get the SJS Direct 2025 catalog out. I haven't had the chance to do a video review, but I really wanted to share this book with all of the viewers out here, because it's one of the best books I've read so far this year, and it's one that I highly recommend you pick up. Now, when it comes to Isaac Bell and the people at his comic company, I really think that they really do need to get something going so they can sell books outside of the crowdfunding, because the whole thing is, books like this, what happens is people find these books and they want to be able to buy them. So everybody who does an indie comic, one of the things I recommend they do is either have their own web store or have some sort of place where people can go out here and pick up these books, have a place where they can pick up the books so that people who didn't get on the campaign for the Kickstarter can get an opportunity to pick up the books. That's what I do right now on Lulu right now with John Haynes at Death's Door. I know that a lot of people didn't get the Kickstarter, but they were able to pick up the book after the Kickstarter. And what I wanted to do was make sure that there was some infrastructure in place so that people could buy these books print on demand and get the same quality of book and same quality of experience online and be able to pick up the book very quickly and have it shipped to them. And great books like Metal Shade and Hex, I really want to see them get in the hands of readers so that they can get them in their hands, because sometimes people miss out on the crowdfunding project. But I hear Kickstarter's doing something about that, where people are going to be able to possibly have their own stores to get pledges after the effect. But the whole thing is, I would love to see this book get in the hands of more readers, and that's why I'm sharing this book with you, because I want to see great books like Hex fall in the hands of readers so that they can find out, that the comic medium still has great stories by great storytellers, and Isaac Bell, Alexa Lowe, and Patrick Blaine do an excellent job on Hex, because this book is absolute magic, and I'm hoping that you'll get under a spell for this absolutely fantastic comic. Now, my first full comic, John Haynes at Death's Door, is available on Lulu.com right now, and you can pick up a paper copy for the same price that people paid for the 2022 Kickstarter and get your copy and see how I go out here and make comics. And you can also pick up my first digital comic, Esteem No Good Deed, which is available on Kindle for 99 cents right now. And you can also get that story in a paper copy in the Esteem series, in the back of the Esteem series book, Esteem Blast from the Past. And if you want to pick up some of the books in the SJS Direct universe that came before the 2025 catalog, because the SJS Direct universe started all the way back in 2011, you can pick up all of those books in the SJS Direct universe, such as those like The Temptation of John Haynes, which is the foundation of the SJS Direct universe, books in the ISIS series, books in the Esteem series, books in the John Haynes series, and books in the Spinsterella trilogy, and books like The Thetas and Eternal Night. You can find all those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them at other online booksellers like Draft to Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you want to see me be able to continue doing comic reviews and sharing great indie comics from indie comic creators that I put pledges on crowdfunding, and be able to help those creators continue to be able to producing great work, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. And I use some of that money to go out here and help out indie comic creators and indie comic artists all around, whether it be with covers or for my own projects or supporting other projects. I take some of that money and again use it to help out other indie creators so that they can continue creating great art and creating great comics like Hex. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.